All right, guys, check it out. This is the BLUETTI AC50B, 750 watt, 448 watt hours, portable power station. This is great for camping, going off the grid. If your power goes out at your house or your shop, this thing's awesome. All right, let's take a closer look at it. This is the power box. This is the solar panel. It unfolds, and I'll show that to you in a minute. It's pretty cool how it hooks up. The solar panel hooks up right here. This is a regular cigarette lighter, 12 volt, 10 amp, which is awesome. DC, AC, you've got all your connections here for your iPhones, your laptops, battery chargers, stuff like that. And then you've got your AC output here, 120 volts, 700 watts, which is really pretty cool. And it's actually fairly light. If you want to plug it in, you can charge it that way. You can just plug it right in the outlet. Like if you're getting ready to go camping, you can charge it up before you leave. Very simple, easy to carry. This is really cool. Check it out. Hit the power button, and all of these different displays come up showing you how much power you have. Right now we have 59%. I'm going to plug up the solar panel here in a minute, and it'll show the input here, because this is the input from the solar panel, and this input will start to go up, showing how much wattage we're pulling from the sun, and it'll charge the battery, which is really neat. So whenever you plug anything into it, your output, it'll show how much you're using here. So we're going to plug some stuff in and show you how it works, and then we'll plug in the solar panel and show you how it charges. You can just imagine using this on a campsite, at the beach, in your shop, off the grid, on your farm. There's so many different applications. Our power actually went out yesterday, and I was able to use this inside the house to plug in some lights in the refrigerator and stuff. So it is very handy. You definitely want to get one. They have bigger units than this that put out way more power. So check them out, BLUETTI. I'll leave a link below with the discount code. Let's see how this thing works. The power supply comes packaged really nice in this box here. It comes with power cords. It comes with your certificate of ownership, manual, warranty card, and all that good stuff. So definitely is well packed. Really nice package. This is the solar panel, and it's packaged like a little suitcase. It comes with the cables that you need. It's got these little latches on the side, and it folds out. Like that. And your cables are back here. And this plugs right into the system right here. All right, guys, let's see what it's capable of. Let's plug a fan into it. All right, let's start it on low. Turn it on and hit the AC button. All right, it's working pretty good. This is on low. Let's see what it's pulling. Right now we're using 107 watts. And look at our, this is the total percentage of our battery right now. It's 59%. So we have 59% power. We just went down to 58. We're using 105 watts. Let's turn it up. Let's turn this thing up and see what happens. All right, that's using a pretty decent amount of power. It's on high. Feels good. So you can imagine even if you were at a campsite and you were using a little fan, you could see it would have plenty of power to run that little fan. So now on high, we're using 160 watts. We're still at 58% power. It'll probably drop down to 57 here in a little bit. That's pretty cool. So let's turn it down to low again. You can see it drops the wattage that it's using. So you can just imagine being on a campsite, and you had a little fan and a light and you were charging your phone and you're using your laptop and maybe even a little refrigerator, this thing is pretty cool. It's still at 58%, guys, and it's been running for over a minute now. So, fan, check. Let's go ahead and try something else. This is a pretty standard shop light. This is an LED one, 4,000 Kelvin, 5,000 lumens, current 0.72 amps, so it doesn't use a lot of power, which is great. Again, if your power goes out at your house or in your shop or on the campsite, this thing's awesome. Let's plug it in. Yeah, comes right on. Light's working really good. Let's see what kind of power it's using. Probably not much. 89 watts, which is not much for how much light this thing puts off. And we're at 57%. I'm still shocked that it runs that fan. Let's try this little charger. I'm sure it'll do it. You see here, it's charging it. And that's a pretty big battery. Let's see, it's using 392 watts to charge that. It's 57%. 56%. Usually when I have this plugged in to the normal house outlet, it takes about 10 minutes or so to charge completely. So running at 394 watts, the display goes off to save power, I guess. You just hit that button again. So you hit this when you're running AC, and then you can hit this if you need DC power. And then you've got your chargers down here. So let me leave this running, and I'm going to plug in my iPad, start charging that. Okay, I've got an iPad here. I've got a USB here. There we go. Okay, so it's charging. We're at 60% on the iPad. We're on the second bar here. So our output went up to 408 because now it's charging the iPad. Everything seems to be working fine. Let's plug the fan in and see if see what happens. Okay, the fan's on low. We're charging a pretty big battery here for a blower, for the leaf blower. And we have the iPad charging. Let's see what it's telling us here. Okay, so we're using 484 watts of output, charging output, and we're at 52% on our battery, the internal battery that we're using to run these devices. So we get the fans blowing, this battery's charging, this battery's charging, and we could probably hook up some other stuff to this. Let's hook up the light. All right guys, check it out. Fan, light, iPad, the battery charger. So we're at 46% now. We're using quite a bit of power because we're using everything right now. But the fan, the light, the laptop, and the charger, battery charger are all on right now. Let's see what else we can add. I went ahead and put a power strip on here. All right, check it out. I just added another charger, another battery charger. So we got two battery chargers, iPad, the light, and the fan. 43%. We're using 660, 670, 80, 90 watts. We're at 713 watts, okay? It's settled in. 42%. So what's cool is now you can plug in the solar panel and start canceling out some of the stuff you're using. And you can find that balance between harnessing the sun and the power that you're using All right, guys, we got it plugged into the sun. Check it out. 95 watts. See the input right here? This is the power we're pulling in from the sun. You can see it's charging. 92, 93, keeps going up. So this just plugs in and runs out to the solar panel. And right now we're getting full sun. It's right around 1 o'clock in the afternoon, full sun. So it's hitting it pretty good. And you can tilt this, you know, different ways to capture the sun depending on what time of day it is. You can prop it up on something. But yeah, right now we're doing 91, 92, charging. Pretty cool. This thing just plugs in right here. It's real easy. That's it. And now you're pulling power through that solar panel from the sun and charging the battery. So we're at 34% right now. I'm gonna let it sit out here for a little while. I'll come back and show you where we're at. All right, it's been about 15 minutes. It's up to 39%. We're still pulling in around 90 watts, 94 from the sun. Pretty cool. We'll come back in a little bit and check it out. Hey guys, I'm out here off the grid with my BLUETTI power supply and solar panel. And even though the sun is going down, I'm still capturing power so I can have enough power for my fan and my light and my radio when I'm camping off the grid. This thing is awesome. It is harnessing the power from the sun right now, which is really cool. Now we're getting 12 watts. Earlier, I was getting 60 watts because the sun was full at high noon. And it shuts off the display when it's charging. But you can show the different outputs. The input right now is 13 watts. That's because the sun is going down. You can see it behind the trees over there. I'm out on the farm, out in the backside in the wilderness over here, basically off the grid. And this thing has enough power to power my shop fan on high, a skill saw, a drill, a light, a radio, a stove, anything that you need basically for camping, or if you're at a job site and you don't have any power or you need extra power. It's actually really cool, guys. I love this thing. And they have other systems that are bigger and more powerful. This is great for camping, tailgating, going out for the day and you need a little extra power, or even if you're just around the house and your power goes out, this thing's awesome. All right, guys, check them out.